There's a game about anime girls who are actually horses, and it's awesome. Umamusume Pretty Derby got its global release last month, and since then, it's taken over my life. And I'm not the only one either. The game hit mainstream popularity right off the bat, and it's only taken my horse girl brain rot to the next level. So much so that I started to ask myself, what would some of these girls be as shiny Pokemon? So today, I've come up with a team of 6 shiny Pokemon to hunt that are themed around characters from the franchise, be that by lore or aesthetic, and I'm gonna hunt them in Pokemon Violet while info dumping about 30-year-old Japanese racehorses. So without further ado, let's hit the starting gate. We're gonna start things off with one you might have heard of, or at least seen talked about online. Haru Urara is a community favorite, and it's easy to understand why once you know their story. For context, all of the characters in Umamusume are based off of real-life racehorses, and their stories and personalities reflect that. The real-life Haru Urara raced from 1998 to 2004, and in all of her 113 races, she never won a single one. But this didn't stop people from cheering her on and making her a fan favorite. To this day, she gets absolutely showered with gifts in her retirement. This lovable underdog gets personified by the game as a bubbly pink go-getter who never gives up, and we all love her for it. Do you know who else never gave up? The Furret Walk livestream began in 2019, declaring that it would be going until the release of the Diamond and Pearl remakes. This was a whole 2 years before we'd see any announcements about the remakes in 2021. Gen 4 fans had been begging for remakes for years, to the point that it had become a meme. So while they waited, this Furret walked and walked for years, until just like Haru Urara, Gen 4 fans never actually got a win. Oh, and they're both pink. Okay, so I was having some difficulty finding Furret in any significant numbers, so I actually went ahead and set up an outbreak for them, just because, you know, I could have easily done Sentret, but I really wanted to see a whole bunch of Furret in a field. I mean, look at this. So I know I said Haru Urara never won a race, but that's technically not true. There's a kind of race called soft racing that is for retired racehorses. And a few years ago, she did, in fact, finally win her first race. And it was like long after her career, but you know, a win is a win, right? Can I get something off my chest here? I don't understand why anything about the Furret Walk is the way it is. Because, like, it was a live stream leading up to the 4th gen remakes, but it uses a Gen 2 Pokemon, and Accumulatown is a Gen 5 song. Like, literally nothing about this meme was related to Gen 4 in any way. Come to think of it, I'm not sure why it was on an escalator either. I'm sure there's actually an answer to that one. I knocked out all 60 Furret that I need to get the shiny rate up, and the message notifications are still going. This is what the kill feed looks like during tax season. Oh, wow, that's really vibrant. Oh, and it's a girl! That's really great. Hi, Haru Urara. My shiny Furret. Very nice. Hold on, I gotta get a look. Look at her! Oh my goodness. Okay, this right here is Haru Urara. Dude, look! Oh my god. This is very cute. Oh look, she matches my socks! I don't know, I think maybe she's gotta stay on the team. To contrast Haru's bubbly pink personality, we're next gonna turn our attention to one of the dark horses of Umamusume. Manhattan Cafe is a character that we mainly know from the 2024 movie, and one that I personally can't wait to come out in the global version of the game. She's a caffeine-addicted, sleep-deprived freak. Holy shit, girl, same. Cafe is always chasing after her friend, a shadowy figure that only she can see. Because of this, the Pokemon that I chose to hunt for her is Banette, since Banette itself is a shadowy figure, and it too is always seeking its friend. You know, I really like Banette's design, and I always have, and I don't think that I've ever used one somehow. So when I do research for these videos, I end up reading like a lot of Pokédex entries, and Banette's Ultra Moon Dex entry sounds horrifying, dude. Because like, Banette's supposed to be like a possessed doll that's like seeking its, the person who threw it away, right? But apparently, if you have one and you treat it well, it'll just like turn back into a doll. And like, that sucks, dude. Like, imagine you're that Banette who's happy with its cool new trainer, who like treats you well and is nice to you, and you're like finally enjoying your life. But then you feel yourself like slowly start to lose your sentience as you're transformed into a fucking Labubu that's gonna sit on the dashboard of like a Kia Sorento until the end of time. That's a fate worse than death. I wouldn't wish the Labubu Mind Prison on my worst enemies. No, I just made a fresh sandwich, and here it is. Shiny Banette. Brisk in my pockets. There we go, Shiny Banette. And then since Manhattan Cafe can't fit, we'll just use Man Cafe. And there is our shiny Banette. And it is alright that we found that quickly, because we still need that ghost power for our next hunt. Of course, we can't have Manhattan Cafe without Agnes Tachyon. Tachyon is just as obsessed with research and science as she is with racing, if not more so. Her dedication to the potential of Umamusume is the most important thing to her, constantly concocting potions and performing experiments on her classmates, as well as her trainer, who she calls her guinea pig, which I'm kind of into. Just like Tachyon is always pushing the limits of what her body can do, Rotom is always on the cutting edge of new technologies, like the Rotom Dex, bike, and phone. It's also been known to have the same kind of mischievous personality as Tachyon, making these two a perfect pairing. Okay, so I'm kind of nuts for Tachyon, so this one, I'm looking forward to this one. I always liked Tachyon after I saw the movie, but like after playing the game for a while is what really made her grow on me. She's insane, dude. I love her. So after I had already picked Rotom for Tachyon, I discovered something that makes it an even better fit, actually. Because apparently, the real-life Agnes Tachyon was called the Phantom Triple Crown Horse, which makes the ghost type for it all the more fitting. Honestly, that's the neat part about Umamusume, because like, I got into it because the animation was cool. Like, I saw like one TikTok that made the show look really cool. But then next thing you know, I'm out here reading Wikipedia articles on Japanese racehorses from like 20, 30 years ago. There's a lot of like really cool stories just kind of hidden away in Japanese horse races. Who would have known? Oh, there's a shiny Rotom. Hello. It put in a substitute, and I don't have any moves that can hit it. Here's what I think about your substitute. Let's try this again. There we go, shiny Rotom. But first, we gotta turn you into Rotom Heat. Yeah. This matches Agnes Tachyon even better. And we are gonna name you Tachyon. There we go. And she's level 69. Nice. Look at her, dude. She's so cute. Just keep Iron Crown away from her. Next up is Mejiro McQueen. She was born into a prestigious racing family and has all of the class and decorum to reflect it. I actually almost chose to do someone else for this one, but when I realized how great of a match her ult animation is for a Sinistea, I just could not pass up on this hunt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset for outbreaks of the authentic form specifically, because like I feel like it'd be wrong to do a phony form for what is supposed to be a prestigious lineage of racers, and if I get an outbreak of just the authentic Sinistea, it will be a whole lot easier than if I had to try for 1 out of 100 out in the wild. Okay, so I've got one here, but I don't know yet if it is authentic or phony. Let me get a closer look. Nah, this guy's phony. Gotta keep trying. Alright, here's another one for me to check for if it is phony or antique. Let's see. Are you... Oh, I do see a stamp on the bottom of that. These are, in fact, antique Sinistea. Alright, let's start doing some knockouts. 58, 59, and 60. Alright, so we are looking for a pink little teacup. I will admit that the non-shiny form matches her racewear colors better, but like thematically Sinistea works really well, and also the shiny does match her hair better. I almost want to make a Humongo power just to make them a little bit easier to see. I think I'm gonna do that actually. This way the encounter power won't spawn any of the phony ones outside of the outbreak. Wouldn't want to accidentally get a phony shiny, would we? We only use the real thing here. Real trap shit. Yeah, these really aren't that much larger. This is like, I don't know, 5% easier. Oh, is this it? A pink one, and it's marked. Now we're talking. I'm wondering what that mark is, because this could be pretty sick. Let's have us a look. Lonely Nature, and the mark is... Duskmark, okay. Here, since I already have McQueen the car, I'll call it McQueen. McQueen! But there is McQueen the Sinisty, or McQueen the Dozy. That is so cute, dude. Alright, on to the next. Probably the coolest match that I have on this entire list is Mihono Bourbon. Everything from her outfit's design to her robotic personality make her the perfect match for Iron Valiant. She's even called the Cyborg. This was because the real-life horse ran races with such precise and consistent speed that you'd think he was a machine. And what better match for that than an actual machine? I love Iron Valiant. It is definitely my favorite Paradox Pokemon, but it may actually also be my favorite fighting type Pokemon now. Over the course of Gen 9, it has really grown on me, dude. It's like Gallade, but good. Like, I've always hated Gallade's little diaper baby design. It looks so fucking stupid. He feels like he was designed to be on Walmart graphic t-shirts. Definitely not a Gallade fan. Oh, there's one. Hello, shiny Valiant. Excuse me, partner. Hello. Oh, oh. Come and get it, bitch. And a crit catch on the first ball. Very, very nice. That didn't take long at all. Oh, hi. Of course, I usually have a shiny Iron Valiant as my catcher, so I'm used to seeing it, but it doesn't get old. It is just a really good shiny. For the last Uma, I wanted to do a classic. Tokai Teio is a character I knew about long before I even knew what Umamusume was. You may know her from the meme of her walking down the street singing Ballin', and that's where I first heard of her too. But once I watched the anime, I fell in love with her confident and bubbly personality. And the Pokemon I chose to pair with Tokai Teio is Quaquaval. Alright, so I got a batch of eggs prepped and ready to go. Why does it just say egg in like the middle of the screen? When I was setting up for this, I remembered a drawing that I did before Scarlet and Violet came out. So I present to you the Quaxley with no brim. So obviously I chose Quaquaval for Teio because of the colors of it matching her racewear. But the main reason is actually because of its signature move. Because the real-life Teio did this thing called the Teio Step before races. I guess it was kind of like showboating or like stretching. But when I was trying to think of a shiny to match with it, that immediately made me think of Aqua Step. That's how I came to that conclusion. It's actually been so long since I've hatched any shinies. I'm pretty sure the last one was the Sprigatito from my Spotify video. Which I'm super looking forward to making that one this year. I have a general idea of some of the things that are going to be on the list, and I think it's going to be fun. Dude, hatching eggs is so chill that I could actually just, like, play Uma on the side while I'm doing it. Check this shit out. Boom. Look at this. Infinite dopamine. Wait, actually, look away. I'm losing. Don't watch that. Don't. Look at something else. Oh! That's shiny Quaxley! Hell yeah! Tokai Teio! That's crazy, I'm literally playing a Teio career right now. Okay. That was relatively quick. Hell yeah. Let me nickname you. There we go. Tokai Teio. Look at this little guy. What's up, brother? Let's go ahead and juice your levels and get you evolved up. First we got Quaxwell, and then of course, finally, Quaquaval. Hell yeah, and there's the signature move. Check out Tokai Teio. Doing a little shimmy, damn, okay. Put the new 4Gs on the Jeep. And with that, we've got a full stable of new friends. I had a lot of fun thinking about what would match different characters, and I actually had a lot more ideas that I couldn't fit into this one, so sound off in the comments if you want to see a part 2 of this. I'd also love to hear what characters you'd want to see as shiny Pokemon next. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to check if you're subscribed so you don't miss any of my future shiny hunting videos that I have planned. For now though, that's it from me. So until next time, I've been Haunted, and I'll be seeing ya. Later!
Put it on that beat.